Charlie Parsons for the Stomping Ground, powered by Wow Hydrate and available on DAZN. Wow.
Unbelievable. Scary. I mean, I knew at 54, and you get people who say, oh, you know, Lima is a tough, strong 154 pounder. If you come out aggressive against Boots, you will get listen, you know, I keep saying about Virgil, I respect those guys, I love Robert Garcia. The same thing will happen to Virgil Ortiz. It might take a few rounds longer, but he will absolutely slice him up, and he will beat there's no one in the 154 pound division is going to touch him. 160, 168, we know who we want, but I'm not going to call that fight until we earn that fight. But that's the fight. That is the fight for boxing.
The ring walk was like 5 times as long as the actual fight itself.
It's because the fight was over in a round.
Well, the fight was done in 1 minute and 54 seconds. I believe.
They kind of traded up. He actually got hit by a shot, Boots, but he landed the uppercut. And if you look at the finish and the combinations, the hand speed's blistering, the power is frightening. Lima was like, you know, and it was just, I just wanted a statement, and that was a statement of all statements. And you can try and be negative, you can try and downplay it, but I don't give a fuck. Jaron Boots Ennis is the best fighter in boxing today, but we got to prove it with the resume. He's 28 years old. He's 10 years younger than Terence Crawford. This is just, we haven't even touched the surface yet. This is boxing.
You said to me yesterday that if Lima comes out fast, then that'll be exactly what happens. Do you think that's the case for any fighter in the world against Jaron Boots Ennis?
Lima come out fast, he's young, he's aggressive. Of course, we're going to fight much better opposition than Lima, and they're not going to come out reckless like that. But if you're an aggressive fighter, if you're Murtsalayev, if you're Virgil Ortiz, this is absolutely bread and butter for Boots. And, you know, you speak to Jack, speak to Sam Jones, speak to people in the gym. This is the most special fighter I've ever worked with by a mile. And we are just getting started. And I can't wait for him to be in these fights. I can't wait to duke it out with Oscar and Virgil Ortiz, you know, and Murtsalayev and Fundora. But they've got to take the fights. And we keep saying, like, you know, Oscar tweeted and said, there's only one fighter, Virgil Ortiz, in 154. Then make the fight. If you truly believe you can beat Jaron Ennis, make the fight. What a fight for boxing. Oscar does want to make the best fights in boxing. I believe that. And I think this is the best fight in American boxing. And how exciting is Boots? You talk about Tom and Jerry, talk about all this kind of stuff. He's a defensive genius, but he'll also come in and take you to pieces and knock you spark out. What other fighters are there like that in boxing? There aren't. So this guy, for me, he's the youngest, he's the freshest, he's the most exciting, and the future's unbelievably bright.
Just on Virgil Ortiz, I remember speaking to him about this fight back in Dallas when Jesse Bam Rodriguez fought, and he didn't seem, when I spoke to him about the fight...
I'll be honest, I'm a bit confused, because we sat down in a meeting, I've said this before, me, Oscar, Eric Gomez, the DAZN execs, and we negotiated the deal for the fight. Everyone was happy, we went away, Boots signed all of those terms for the fight. We've never heard anything back since. Eric Gomez called me this week and said, look, we're going to get our fight out of the way, then we want to rate the fight. I'm not going to say too much about it. I'd take their word for it. But we've discussed the fight. We know what we're doing. Make it. January, February, March, whenever you want in Las Vegas. Let's give Vegas a tremendous fight between two young guys in their prime. Not an old guy, not someone that's at the back end of their career, in their fresh prime. Virgil Ortiz against Jaron Boots Ennis. What a fight.
Let's talk about the other main event across the pond in Sheffield before we talk about a roundup of both cards. Dave Allen, not to be. A little bit frustrating to watch at times. He's come out in an interview and said, look, I just wasn't good enough.
True. Listen, Dave, 100% honest all the time. And the honesty is, I wasn't good enough. And he was 100% right. He said, Makhmudov's a top 20 in the world fighter, and I'm not. Or I wasn't tonight. True. But what we should also remember is the crowd in there tonight, the atmosphere, even the noise in his interview at the end. Dave Allen will come again. And in his contract, he has a comeback fight. But I really want to sit down with him and plan what we're doing, because I think he's one of the biggest names in British boxing. And if he can keep improving, if he can get fitter, if he can learn from that, he can come again in big fights. And, you know, British titles, European titles, even like people are looking around. I've had 2 phone calls tonight about Dave Allen. Would you be interested in Dave Allen against us? Not in comeback fights, in big fights. They're looking at that crowd going, who is this guy?
We'd love a piece of that.
I know, it's unbelievable. So look, I'm sad, but at the same time, I'm excited still for the future of Dave Allen.
There was an element of unexpectedness with Alexi Barriere, and not to be Guido Vianello. He's quite a fun fighter.
Good fighter, too experienced. You know, it was always the risk with Barriere that it was a little bit too early. But you know, if you got the ability, you'll beat Guido Vianello. But if you haven't, it's okay. You know, I just saw Yvonne Michel there. That was an exciting fight, and I said on the broadcast, how good is it to have an exciting heavyweight fight on the undercard? We should really have more.
Every fight.
Yeah, I think so, and I really enjoyed that, you know. And Guido, listen, Guido is a really good example of, like I said about Dave Allen. You lose, you come back. You lose, you come back. Guido beat Makhmudov, right? He also just lost to Richard Torres. He just come back and beat Barriere. He lost to a Jagba in a split decision. He came back and beat someone else. Do you know what I mean? So it's okay. And Alexis Barriere, come back, get an 8 or 10 round win in Canada, and we'll go again. The heavyweight scene is exciting.
Notable talking points from my mind, obviously Boston Fawaz, Giorgio Visioli, fantastic, Padley Bellotti scoring. Anything else that immediately struck?
No, I mean, look, I thought Fawaz and Junaid, respect to both. Junaid's a young man, he'll be back. You know, he showed so much heart in there tonight. Respect and you know, I'm pleased for Fawaz, even though obviously Junaid's our boy. I thought the Padley Bellotti fight, I couldn't split them. 6-4 either way. I thought the cards were terrible, especially one card. And Reese will feel hard done by. I don't have a problem with Padley winning. I thought actually he really pushed on the gas, the back end, after Reese was well in control of the fight, and it could have gone either way. Giorgio Visioli, fantastic. Hamza Uddin looked really good tonight. Good win for Conor Tudsbury. Zaquin Moses, Harley Medeiros. Like, our young stable's just unbelievable, and you know, we've just got so many great fighters. Truly blessed.
Manny Pacquiao targeted for a January 24 ring return. Conor Benn said just pack it in. Yeah. I mean, if he comes out unscathed in blistering fashion, is it possible?
Yeah, I don't. Who knows? I mean, I think he's going to fight Rowley, is he? I think. I don't know. I'm not a fan of seeing Manny back in the ring, but when he fights someone that's below his level, like he did, he can win. So I can't knock it at the same time.
I saw an interview that you did earlier in the week, and he said, I think you said about your old man being not very happy that there's one fighter on your stable that's got one fight left, and given a little bit of uncertainty. Is that Jesse Bam Rodriguez?
No, it's not. Oh. No, it's no one who's a world champion or anything like that. It was just an example of someone, a random fighter. And I was just saying that, you know, my old man's big on loyalty. You don't get a lot of it in boxing.
No. Did you see the new Ring DAZN show? Mike Coppinger said obviously when AJ retires he'll be a first ballot Hall of Famer. Shady McCoy said that he's not a Hall of Famer.
Oh, did he? Oh, well, if Shady McCoy said it, it's absolutely, you know, I mean, it's gospel, isn't it?
Very quickly, Vidal Riley in talks with Matcher and Frank Smith.
We've had some talks, yeah.
Exciting signing for the Jewish.
Yeah, we've not signed him yet. I mean, we're just talking, but it's up to Vidal. I think he's a very good fighter. Obviously, he's got a great profile. We're the best promotional company in the world, so I guess you'd want to join us.
Who should Moses Atauma fight next? And Joseph Parker said he'd take it. Yes.
What, in December?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, then fight Joseph Parker. He's got to beat Fabio first.
Wouldn't happen, I assume. But
yeah, but you know.
Just lastly, we saw the funeral of Ricky Hatton. Obviously, not able to attend because you were out here, but just how much he meant to everyone.
Yeah, I mean, you see that by the attendance. I mean, it was incredible to see, and you know, I think. For me, the images of Campbell and Jack Hatton and Matthew Hatton and Paul Speak and those guys carrying the coffin into the church is heartbreaking. I think the strength that Campbell has shown has been incredible. I couldn't even imagine, you know, losing my dad, and I'm 46, and especially at his age, as close as he was to Ricky. So, you know, I think they've shown incredible strength, and you know, I think. The whole of Manchester, the whole of the country, you know, we saw what he meant to everybody.
Sorry, I know I said that was the last one. Very quickly, Arsenbek Makhmudov earlier said to Oscar, obviously now you've got the option on him, give me fucking Anthony Joshua.
Yeah, look, Guido wants Anthony Joshua as well. Everybody wants him. Look, Anthony Joshua is the biggest name in the sport. And I know people do have fits when I say that, but he just is. So everybody wants to fight him, and he's going to fight someone. So some people that call him out are going to get the call. We shall see very, very soon.
Thanks for having me, mate. Cheers, mate.